watching a beginner's guide to video editing in Photoshop with Tracy Marr. Pan and zoom is one of the most popular effects in video editing, and it's very easy to achieve in Photoshop. It's controlled once again using the transform animation option, or you can automatically add it by right clicking on the clip and choosing a particular motion effect. So if I choose pan and zoom, you can see that I can set the angle for the pan, and I can choose to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, so let's zoom out. So let me press play. You can see that keyframes have been automatically added here on the transform option, and you can see that the clip has zoomed in automatically. So let's look at that. Okay, so it pans and it zooms, but it's very subtle. What if you want more control? Well, that's easy. So we can click on the keyframe here, and if you click on the actual video canvas and hit Control or Command T, you can scale in or out on the video clip. So let's bring that in a little bit more. And let's go and add another keyframe just about here. And let's move that so that we have a slight pan going on here. So I'm moving it to the right so it'll pan over in that direction. And let's just keep experimenting here and put in another keyframe, and this time we'll zoom out back to the original video size. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so you can see that the panning is probably not very natural, so you can adjust these keyframes to make a smoother sort of zoom and pan effect. So obviously the closer together, the faster the effect, and the further apart, the slower and the more paced and smooth the effect is. So you can see that you get a lot more control using the keyframes that you place yourself on the transform option here. Let me show you how you can also use these controls to create a rotate effect. So I'm just going to copy this video group here and hide the one below. Let me close this too. I'm going to use a mask layer to create a circular clip here. And let me just fill that with black as I did in the previous tutorial. Okay, so we have a clip here, and let me add a rotate to that. So we can do that by, apologies, let me first get rid of the previous animations. Okay, we can right click and choose to rotate, and we can choose to go clockwise or counterclockwise. So let's choose counterclockwise and see what happens. You can see the keyframes have been added, but it doesn't look like there's too much rotation going on. So what I'm going to do is stop that, and at the end keyframe I'm going to select it. I'm going to hit Control T or Command T, and I'm going to zoom right around and flip the clip. Okay, so let me rewind. In fact, I'm going to move this closer so that we can speed it up. And let's rewind and check that out. So you can see that we got a rotation going on there. It's pretty fast because I put the keyframes pretty close together. If I spread them out, it'll be a little bit slower. Okay, so you can see that you can add in as many keyframes as you need to keep the rotation going, and you can flip counterclockwise and clockwise using the transform tool to take the clip in the direction that you want it to go. So that's how you pan and zoom and add rotations to your video clips. And in the final lesson, we'll take a look at how to export video.